Hello everyone, I'm Brandon with Lenovo, and I'm here today with the ThinkStation E32 small form factor workstation. Today we're going to be replacing the microprocessor and heatsink fan assembly. This process will take about 25 minutes, and you may want to have a little experience working with computers before attempting this. The only tool required would be a Phillips screwdriver. Before we continue, we need to make sure that we are protected against electrostatic discharge, or ESD. Make sure to shut down the computer and disconnect all cables and accessories from the system. For further information, watch our Understanding Electrostatic Discharge video by clicking the link in the description. And now that we're ready, let's get started. Before removing the computer cover, we must first remove two thumb screws. So now we're going to press downward on the release latch, slide the cover towards the rear of the system, and remove it. Next, we're going to remove the fan duct. You just want to pull the two clips apart and lift the fan duct straight up and out of the system. In order to remove the heatsink fan assembly, we must first disconnect the fan cable from the system board. Next, we're going to loosen 4 capture screws in a cross pattern. Then we just need to lift the heatsink fan assembly up and out of the chassis. So now we're going to remove the processor. We just want to press down and outward on the lever to open the processor door. Then reach in, grasp the processor by the edges, lift it up and out of the socket. Here we have our replacement processor. When replacing the processor, it is important that the triangle marking in the corner of the processor lines up with the marking on the system board. Once you have them aligned, you can place the processor into the socket, close the processor door, and press down and inward on the latch to secure it. If you're not replacing the heatsink, then you need to clean the excess thermal compound off of it. To do this, I have some isopropyl alcohol swabs. Just gonna hold the heatsink and gently in a circular motion, wipe the excess thermal compound off of it. Allow the excess alcohol a few minutes to evaporate. Now we're going to apply the thermal compound. You just want to place a small pea-sized dab directly in the center of the processor. If you received a replacement heatsink with the thermal compound pre-applied, you can skip this step. Now we're going to place the heatsink fan assembly over the socket using the screw holes for alignment. Now we're going to tighten 4 capture screws in a cross pattern. Tighten screw 1 halfway. Tighten screw 2 all the way. Now tighten screw 1 all the way. Tighten screw 3 halfway. Now tighten screw 4 all the way. Now go back to screw 3 and tighten it all the way. We tighten the screws this way to assure the thermal compound spreads evenly. Now we just need to connect the fan cable to the system board. Now we're going to align the fan duct with the fan and press down until the clips lock into place. When replacing the cover, it's important that the tabs on the cover align with the holes in the chassis. So once you line those up, you just want to slide the cover forward. Now we're going to replace 2 thumb screws.